Hi, this is a little introductory talk about the first issue with side control for new BJJ practitioners. And that first issue tends to be that we give up once we see that our guard has gotten past. It's this kind of psychological blow to us, and we say, "Oh God, they've got past my guard again. So I guess I'll just lie back and surrender and accept the fact that this person is now going to put me in a pinning side control." Now, if you ever actually watch high-level competitive BJJ in tournaments, you will see that what actually happens is that a guy appears to get past the other guy's guard and appears to be about to get to side control, but that the guy on the bottom typically has another dozen or so tricks up his sleeve which will prevent his guard from being effectively passed, and that his opponent will not successfully get to side control. And some of those techniques are actually very advanced and quite hard to learn, but some of them are not hard at all. And it's the real problem for beginners is just the timing of making an appropriate decision and knowing what these simple things are that you can do that will allow you to essentially recover guard and to not give up a full side control. A useful way of thinking about it is if you imagine that you were, it may be the Lord of the Rings, and you're the forces defending a castle, and the orcs are just about to get over the first set of ramparts. You might want to look at that as like passing your guard. Now, you have an inner citadel to which you can fall back, but the problem is if you don't fall back at the right moment, you might never be able to get into that citadel and to close the doors and defend from there. So that's really your timing decision. When you realize that the game's up in terms of the orcs are coming over the ramparts and you can't hold them off there, you want to fall back to your second line of defense. And there is this line of defense beyond your legs. Once your legs are cleared, what your opponent wants to do is to get in on your hip, usually get a knee to your hip or get their hip on your hip, but they also need to flatten you out and ideally to separate your elbow on the side that they're passing from your torso so they can occupy that space. And there's a whole lot of battle to be fought from when they get around your legs to when they get what would be considered a consolidated side control. And I will reiterate, there are several things that you can do that don't require any athleticism, don't require any flexibility, any esoteric technique. What they require is you making a decision at the right time and having basically sound bones that won't snap under pressure. And the idea is that you put those bones between you and your opponent in a frame, and you intelligently adjust as they try to pressure, and you get yourself back into guard from those positions. So basically what you're going to find below from me are some links to the guys who are the experts in these pretty simple techniques.